Pull you a fool for this one. I ain't gonna lie, Pull you as a fool for this one right here, nigga. Yeah, you might as well go Grizz, nigga, yo. Go Grizz, nigga, yeah. Late nights on my avenue by myself, I ain't need a gang member. I ain't had the money on my books this time, last year around September. 12 up behind me, I'ma do the dash real fast, no surrender. Nigga, I remember. Nigga, I remember.
What's going on, guys? Another Top Black Ops here, and yeah, so guys, it's been a minute. And you know, as you guys can tell from the title, you're probably mad. You're like, bro, you said you're gonna come out with that Naruto. What if Goku was in Naruto Part 2? And let me tell you guys, I've been thinking about that junk so much. Like, I'm telling you, when I posted it, I've been thinking about it so much. I've been thinking about, like, the Super Saiyan forms, especially, because I want to have them in there. I want to have, like, Super Saiyan 2, you know, Super Saiyan God, even Super Saiyan Blue, all the way up to Ultra Instinct. So, basically. But today, I can't do that because, you know, I just didn't feel like it. And I went to on YouTube and rewatched one of my videos. And I was watching one of the videos that I actually liked. And I was like, bro, I know I made this character overpowered, but it was actually a good what if. So, this what if was, what if Sasuke had a son, Part 2. This is going to be Part 2. But, yeah. So, what if Sasuke had a Part 2? And if you guys haven't watched the first episode, well, go check that out. And, you know, just go to my channel and you'll find it there. So, basically, I'll give you guys a story recap. Sasuke's son, and, you know, basically born from a random girl that I really didn't explain who she really was. But I did tell you guys about her Kekkei Genkai, and how it works is basically like, you know, foresight, kind of like Night Eyes, but he can see into the future and also stop time. And from watching it, I really noticed that I made him like really overpowered, so he can't stop time. So yeah, he can't stop time. That would just be too overpowered. And I don't know. Foresight, I mean, like, he can see some outcomes. He doesn't really get to choose what, like, period of time he gets to see. So, yeah. He can do it instantly, but he doesn't get to choose what period of time he sees. Because I don't, like I said, don't want him overpowered. So, yeah. Basically, Doku, which is his name, he basically grew up and, you know, he didn't like Sakura, of course, who does? You know, Sasuke was still out, but since he had, you know, 2 siblings now, you know, he grew up, not siblings, 2 childs, he had, you know, come home more than, you know, a few years later. I'm just playing, he comes home himself like months later, I think. But God dang, bro. Sorry about that. So, you know, basically all of that. And, you know, Doku eventually gets trained by Guy Sensei and Kakashi. And, you know, he starts to call him Kakashi Sensei and Guy Sensei. And, you know, he passed the getting exam easily by, you know, getting a belt from Kakashi. And, yeah, so he ended up on the team with Baruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and, you know, Konohamaru. And, you know, they were all on the team, Konohamaru being a Jonin Sensei. And, yeah, that's basically, you know, most of it. You know, he became, you know, also Naruto's, you know, disciple, and learned some things, and even created his own jutsu, like the Hisho Kakashi, the Rashiki. So, I don't know why I called it Rashiki 1000 birds. So if you hear me call it the Rashiki 1000 Birds, and the first part, it's because, as you guys can see, I just like how, the Shidoi 1000 Birds was. Because I don't know why they changed it, because I just liked, when they said 1000 birds. So, besides all of that, let's get into the story. So, basically, we're gonna start this story off where we left off, like I said. So, we left off with basically a huge ball of energy coming towards Baruto and Naruto, but Doku jumps in and says Rashiki, and he hits it, and it's pushing him back a lot, which he's surprised because he doesn't really know where it's from and doesn't really know who's doing this, but he's surprised that it's pushing him back. And he kind of felt like it's taking a little bit of his energy. He keeps on pushing though because he doesn't want to give up. So Naruto tells him to get out of the way, and he does that. And Naruto stops the bomb with his Kurama. Well, with his Kurama arm. So yeah. He then says, alright, you guys stay back. And he basically uses the same Kurama head he used in, the movie. And Sasuke comes down. Sasuke says, "Oh, you're right, Doku." Doku says, "Yeah, I'm fine." So what are we gonna do about this thing? And said, "We gotta figure out who it came from first." And then Momoshiki appears. Momoshiki with his henchman. I forgot that guy's name, but Sasuke said, "Oh, that's them people I met in that realm." So he then said, "So you guys are some of the descendants of Kaguya. I can tell by the skin, the eyes, and by you flying." He didn't say, "Yes, we are Otsutsuki." And Doku says, "What are Otsutsuki?" And come on, let me fight. I can help you guys. He then says, you can't do that." And Sasuke says, "I know you think you're powerful, but you're really not that strong against these two. It took me a struggle to do it. It took me even a struggle to do this. To, handle off one of them." And he then said, "What? That big one?" He then said, "Well, even though I wasn't going full power, he still is strong." Doku then said, "Alright, I stayed back." And Momoshiki tries to blast, shoots a blast at them, but Sasuke puts his Susanoo armor up over the, Kurama head. So then he then said, "I'm getting tired of this," and creates a massive, bomb. And this is struck down straight to Naruto, going straight to him. And Doku just feels like he has to do something. He's scared, and he hasn't been scared in his life. And he's confused and angry because he thinks he's about to die. So, in this experience, he unlocks his Mangekyo Sharingan. His Mangekyo looks like his father's with a, like the, atomic look in it, but then it has it has Tamui over it though. It has 3 Tamui over it, no, 4 Tamui over them, and yeah, that's basically how it looks. He then says, "My eyes." Sasuke looks at Doku's eyes and says, "It can't be. You're Mangekyo." Doku looks at the destructions he looks at the ball and says, "What are we gonna do?" He says, "I don't know. This might be the end." But then he says, "Purple lightning." And this just came up into his head. Purple lightning is one of his use of his Mangekyo Sharingan. You see, he can control lightning from anywhere. From out of nowhere, from the sky, basically anywhere. And it's purple and blackish lightning. So, he controls it, and it comes from every single side, trying to stop it. Sasuke sees this and says, incredible. He's using his Mangekyo ability with just now unlocking them. He then says, what's my other one? He then powers up his chakra into his right eye. Sorry about that. I'm gonna say he has his power in his left eye. And he had, the power he's using right now is in his left eye, and the other one is in his right. So he basically uses his other ability, which is basically kind of like, I guess you could say, planetary devastation. It's really similar, but instead of him just just doing the planetary devastation, just sending them down, he can actually absorb the energy from them. So he puts a planetary devastation on to the rock, what he tries to, and he tries to absorb the power. And he gets a little power boost from this, but then it disperses and the rock comes down. And, Goku's wore out from using his Mangekyo for the first time, and he falls out, which everything plays to roll when the bomb comes down and Naruto saves everyone. And yeah, they all thought Naruto died. Like, bro, if Naruto died, we weren't gonna watch Boruto at all. Like, come on now. Who was about to watch Boruto? Who was about to become the next Hokage? Sasuke? He wasn't even gonna be there. We gonna pull a Hiruzen and put Kakashi at Hokage again? Nope. Cause I don't really think who could become Hokage. It can't be Sarada. Don't even think about that, Joe. Yeah, there'd be nobody that could become Hokage. I guess Shikamaru, he's not a bad choice. Because Shikamaru is smart and he's not weak. So, yeah. But still, basically, Goku wakes up. Thinks, everybody's safe and just people getting into the hospital. But he then sees Boruto outside, basically throwing his bracelet on the floor, getting angry. Or, his scientific, tool on the floor, getting angry. He then says, wait, did something happen to Naruto-sensei? He walks up and tries to find Sasuke. And by this time, Boruto has walked into, the Hokage's room, and Sasuke's in there too. And, they have the talk, and basically Boruto thinks that he could surpass, even him and his father, maybe, and you're going to be the strongest. And he gives, him his headband, and this makes Goku angry. His father is accepting a dope, a rando, a weakling over him. A strong Uchiha, who could easily defeat Boruto. But he chooses him to be the strongest. This makes him angry, and his Mangekyo Sharingan flares. He then walks down and pretends like he wasn't there. So he heard about them, wanted to go find Naruto. And even though, Goku was mad, Naruto was still his sensei. So he went to go join Naruto. He went to go join Boruto and Sasuke and the other Kages. And they all went to go find Naruto, like in the canon. So when they got to, the realm, Sasuke said, alright, you guys stay back. And Doku said, no way. And Sasuke says, that's an order, Doku. Stay back. And he says, I'm not gonna listen to you. And he disappears. He said, wait, where did he go? Doku starts to body flicker and tries to find Naruto. And he eventually does. He finds Naruto and tries to cut him down, but then is met by the big, guard from Momoshiki. And says, well, you should be an easy opponent. I'm not gonna lose like my father did. Well, he really didn't lose. He said he wasn't going full power. Well, I see how you hold against me. And he goes into his fighting stance, putting his hand on the back of his sword, and standing straight up. That's his fighting stance. That's how he gets into a fighting stance for him. He then says, let's do this. And he rushes at I don't know what to call this dude. We're just gonna call him the Otsutsuki, okay? He rushes at the Otsutsuki, and they're having a good battle. It's kind of like that Naruto versus Momoshiki, because you know how Naruto is doing all that good taijutsu. That's kind of what he's doing right now. But since, Doku is, a lot more flexible and he's a kid, younger, he's able to maneuver, way more than Naruto is, because, he's short. So, yeah. He weighs less and stuff like that. So he then says, alright, time to finish this. He jumps off of the Otsutsuki and says, fire style, majestic destroyer flame. And he shoots the majestic destroyer flame. After that, he says, wind style, double gale palm. And shoots the gale palms into the majestic destroyer flame. After that, he then said, what a foolish technique. And he absorbs it. But this is what Doku was expecting. He's seen them absorb abilities. He's seen them absorb power from one of Naruto's blasts. So he got ready for this. As he was absorbing it, he didn't see what Sasuke was doing while he was behind a majestic destroyer flame. He was forming his new and found jutsu. He then looks at him and says, now take this. Big Bang Rasengan attack! And he shoots the Big Bang Rasengan attack. It goes directly at him and it makes a atomic type of blast. And it's huge. The point where Sasuke and all the Kage can see it. The Otsutsuki is pretty damaged, and then he then says, alright, this is gonna finish it. And he then says, Rashiki, and sprints at the Otsutsuki, about to finish him off. But then Momoshiki comes in and saves him. He then says, thank you, Momoshiki, and says, don't think I'm just doing this for you. I'm doing this for the power. He then said, wait, yes, I understand. And while they're doing this, since he still has his Rashiki activated, he goes to cut down Naruto. And he frees Naruto. And he then says, Naruto says, are you alright? And they all head over to Naruto and they all say, you're alright, and stuff like that. And basically after that, the same thing happens with Naruto and, them facing Momoshiki. The fire scene when Naruto goes to his KCM and, Sasuke flares his Mangekyou and his Renei Sharingan, and Naruto and Sasuke just going goat mode, you know what I'm saying? They're just going like they're the gods of Shinobi, which they really are. I don't know if they're claimed that, but they really should be called the gods of the gods of they should really be the gods of Shinobi. They will be the gods, of the god of Shinobi, so they're way more powerful, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, it was pretty fire how to see that scene. It was pretty good. since Naruto's, taijutsu and basically martial arts and stuff like that are pretty cool to see, but not gonna lie, it's not that close to, Jujutsu Kaisen. Their battle scenes are really cool. But either way, the outcome's still the same with Momoshiki catching them lacking. But, he was about to tell, Boruto to do that finishing Rasengan, and he then says, step back, Boruto. And Boruto says, wait, what? And he says, I got this. And he uses his new Mangekyo Sharingan. He uses Black Flash. And I'm calling it Black Flash now. I like to call it that because, Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo, come on now. So he uses Black Flash, and that's what it's called now. So Purple Lightning starts coming down and striking Momoshiki. He then says, no, planetary devastation. Well, I don't know if I should call it planetary devastation because it really isn't that. So, you know what? I just call it planetary seal. So yeah, there you go. He calls it planetary seal, and the rocks from the ground just get Momoshiki. He then says a black flash once more, and his eyes start to bleed with the lightning going straight through the planetary seal. He then says, now, time to absorb your energy. He absorbs some of his energy and says, this should be good. And this makes him get some of Momoshiki's power, also including the Karma Seal. But this doesn't kill Momoshiki, of course. Momoshiki breaks out of it eventually. And that means that he doesn't have control over... He wouldn't have control over Doku when he goes his Karma Seal because, well, Doku has some of his power, not all of it. But some of Momoshiki's power was a lot. So, yeah. He then fell to his knees and said, all right, Boruto, do whatever you're going to do. I got him low for you. And he said, all right. And he basically does the same thing he did in his movie. And, yeah. So, he basically, they all, celebrate, they win. And actually, Boruto still gets the Karma Seal because I still want him to have the Karma Seal. Because, I got to give Boruto something, So, he gets the Karma Seal and, our boy, Doku, is still angry that his father thinks that Boruto is better. So, after that, he starts to train even harder. He learns about some things about Orochimaru. He went to go visit Orochimaru since one of his teammates was, their son. His son. So, he went to Orochimaru with Mitsuki. Mitsuki, actually. He then asked him, could he give him a pair of Sharingan so he could unlock his Eternal. He said, you already have your Mangekyo at a young age. You're truly a prodigy, Doku Uchiha. He says, sure, I'll give you a pair of Sharingan. And come on now, don't expect us not to think that Orochimaru doesn't have a pair of Sharingan. Come on now. There ain't no way he don't have a pair of Sharingan. Like, when we met Orochimaru, it was like, or Sharingan were like nothing to him, bro. Or Sharingan were everything to him, but like having them were like, oh yeah, I got you a pair of Sharingan right here, my boy, here you go. Like, come on now. But anyway, like I said, Orochimaru gave, Doku, some eyes for the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. I really don't care whose eyes they are. I know you probably have to be blood related. That's how they say it and stuff, but I don't care at this point. So he gets an eternal Mangekyo and he has no problems. But just because I like the way the bleed effect happens, his eye still bleeds. Pretty sure the eye bleeds regardless. Pretty sure that regardless. But I'm pretty sure it was, if you have the eternal, it's black. But, or, I don't know. I forgot. So, he then says, thank you for the pair of Sharingan. He leaves, and he tells Naruto that he wants to go on his own training trip. He wants to kind of explore the world. And he then says, you sound like Sasuke. And he says, well, I just want to figure out more jutsu in ways that I can get stronger. Since you don't really have that many ways. Since you are strong, don't get me wrong, but you have the nine tails and other techniques that probably won't suit me. So I'll be fine without them. And it says, okay, suit yourself. He tells him that he'll be promoting him to Jonin. And he's surprised by this. He said, Jonin already? He said, well, by what you showed going against Momoshiki, I should be promoting you to Kage level. But, well, since you're too young, you're gonna have to be a special Jonin. You could go tell Kakashi if you want. And here, he then gives Naruto his Jonin vest. And then he takes it. He puts on the vest. What basically, if you see the guy right here, minus that jacket, and he has the vest on now. That's basically what he's wearing. And this was a younger him, just so you know. So yeah. After that, he then goes to Kakashi and tells him about it. Kakashi, for a present, says, hey, I got you something. And he gives Naruto a mask, just like him. And of course, I'm gonna let Naruto have the mask now. Of course I will. Come on now, he's Kakashi's student. I'm gonna have to do that. So, yeah, Naruto gets the mask. Goku gets the mask from Kakashi. Now he's looking grippier than ever, bro. And I forgot to remind you that his, Jonin vest doesn't have the Uzumaki symbol. It actually has the, sorry, hold on. Sorry about that, guys, I had to spit. But he also has the Uchiha symbol on the back. So, yeah. He then says, thanks, Kakashi, and then he'll be wearing it from now on to show that he was once a student of yours. He then says, yeah, one of my most accomplished students. You're better than Sasuke or Naruto combined. I'm proud of you, Goku. You'll be the strongest out of all of us. And a tear fall down from Goku's eyes. His father didn't even say that, but Kakashi did. He always did think of Kakashi as a father figure, a big brother figure, but mostly a father figure. He then hugged Kakashi. Kakashi was surprised by this and hugged him back. He said, well, be safe on your trip, Jonin. And he says, yeah, I'll see you later, Kakashi-sensei. And he then leaves. He goes and he's exploring the world now. Not really exploring the world. He's exploring places where he knows that there are jutsus. Places like, other villages. He finds special ninja that his father's been working for. And he finds this one particular one. Jubo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, or I forgot if that's the one. So, Jubo, if I pronounce his name, is one of the Sound 4. And you're probably wondering, the Sound 4 are dead. And this Jubo survived. You know, Choji didn't finish his job. Let's just say that. He survived. So, he then says that, you know, he's basically, you know, what are the sound for it? And he's changed in the leaf. He's changed from working with Orochimaru and all that. So, he then wants to know if he'll give him, if he needs like any type of training that he wants. And Doku was like, this is exactly what I was wanting, training and, you know, more skills. So Doku tells him, of course, and he gets taught some Sound Ninja 4, you know, for Sound Ninja, you know, technique, some of those. And he also gets given the curse mark. Jubo, hey, don't tell me how he did this. He's been, you know, he had a curse mark for a long, long time. I'm gonna say it never left him, and, you know, yeah, it never left him. So basically, shoot, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know, like, he basically did like the same thing Orochimaru did when he came out of Sasuke's neck. You know what happened? But instead of that, it just was like snakes, and they went into Doku's neck, and now Doku has that curse mark. And of course, he could control it, of course. So his curse mark gonna be looking exactly like Sasuke. I know I'm not the only one that liked Sasuke's curse mark form. It was hard. It was fire. It was fire. It was fire. But after that, it's been about, you know, almost a year. It's been like 9 to 8 months since he's been out, and he thinks it's time for him to return. He's been mostly almost all around all villages with his body flicker, so yeah. He then heads back to the Hidden Leaf Village. Been like a day. Tim taking his time. He really could have been there like 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours would have been enough for him. So he gets there, and basically, you know, he's greeted by Kakashi, his team. He sees Boruto, which he doesn't really care about. Kind of just like, you know, doing that little Sasuke thing. Sees his sister, which he's happy to see. He sees, you know, Mitsuki. He's okay to, you know, he's okay. And then he sees Konohamaru, same thing. He sees Kakashi Sensei, and he's really happy to see Kakashi Sensei because, you know, what he said last time. And, you know, Guy Sensei's there too. So, yeah, even Naruto. Not Sasuke. That's tough. So, you know, he says, you know, hello to everyone, and everybody greets him. He then says, what is all this for? And he says, well, we just wanted to throw you a welcome home party. And he then says, I've only been gone for 9 months. It's really not that long. Pretty sure Shinobi be missions longer than that. Well, spy missions longer than that, I'm pretty sure. And he says, well, you're right, but still, I am pretty sure this is a cause for celebration. And it says, okay, sure. So he then tells Doku about this one thing that his sensei taught him. Not Kakashi Sensei, but his godfather, Jiraiya, the sage, or the Toad Sage. He tells him about Sage Mode, and if he wants to learn it, he tells him about, you know, Sage Chakra and Senju and stuff like that. And he then says, you know what? I actually do want to learn this Sage Mode. So, basically, Naruto takes him to Mount Nyaboku, and he starts learning Sage Mode. It takes him, I'm gonna say 5 to 6 weeks to get it down. But he then gets it down. But this is not Naruto Sage Mode. No, it's not Naruto Sage Mode. This is the Uchiha Sage Mode. Doku is the first Uchiha to ever achieve this. Because I haven't seen no Uchiha go Sage Mode. So we don't know what will happen if they did. We don't know if they want to, because Hashirama has his own Sage Mode. What Sage Mode? Senju Sage Mode. So why can't, Uchiha have their own? So this is called the Uchiha Sage Mode, of course, original. What else I'm gonna call it? The U Sage, bruh. Come on now. So basically what this is, it basically makes, markings all around your body, and it, obviously has it on your eyes, and it puts your Sharingan at its highest level. So if you, your highest level was at 3-time way, and you would go to your 3-time way. If it was a Mangekyo, you would go to your Mangekyo. And if you had enough strength, it will actually push it to a Rinnegan. So he did that, and it didn't push to a Rinnegan. It was still his eternal Mangekyo, but it was way more stronger than it usually was. He didn't think the toe was there, and then said, "Can I get your summoning?" He then said, I don't know. I don't think it'd be good with us toes. Maybe you go ask Nakakashi. Yeah, go ask him. He leaves and thanks them so much. And just tells them that he'll use this power for good. He goes to Kakashi. Tells Kakashi that he needs a summoning and he wants to have you or something. He then says, well, my summoning don't really have big, toe sages, mine's just like a track and something. He then says, well, I think I can make something work. He then says, okay, and gives Naruto Doku, the contract for dog summoning. So he puts his fingers on there, he's write his name and his blood and stuff like that, and then tries it. He summons all his chakra, and he says summoning jutsu, and he summons a huge mutt. And this is a whole German Shepherd, my boy, a whole German Shepherd. I'm just playing. This is actually a husky, which I like huskies. Huskies look like a wolf. So it is the dog, though. But dogs are really just more like, they're supposedly supposed to be more evolved versions of wolves. But I don't see how they're more evolved when wolves be killing people, bro. Come on now. I'm sorry about that. So, I don't know if I'm right about that, but, I read something about that. It might have been cap, I don't know. But, yeah. So, he basically summoned a huge husky, and it was white, and it was big. This husky had a name, which I don't know. So, we're just going to give him a random name right now. Comment down below if you guys want me to switch. But I think his name would be Zenkai. Yes, Zenkai is his name. So he named him Zenkai, and you're probably like, bro, why would you name him Zenkai? I'm like, it just kind of fit, it fit, bro. So his name is Zenkai, and he learns that, that's his name, and he then says, my name is still Uchiha. He says, I'm one of the last Uchiha living. And he says, I'm one of the last Uchiha. And you're able to summon me. Nobody's been able to summon me in millions, even billions of years. I'm surprised. The only person that's ever gotten close to summoning me is Otsutsuki. He was pretty powerful. He just was it Hagoromo? Oh, Hagoromo? No, I know of him though. He wasn't able to summon me, which you were. That means that you have great potential. But then he then says, but I have lesser chakra than Hagoromo for sure. He then says, oh, my summoning doesn't matter on how much chakra you put into it. It matters on your willpower, your darkness, your how can I say this? Your hatred. So kid, you have hatred in your life. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm actually in the bathroom, and because all the rooms are like everybody's in there, so like I can't really do anything. So. And if I go in my living room, like my front, oh no, not my front, my middle living room, I have two, and my mom and dad watch a movie, so you'll be able to hear that doing that background noise. So yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, he then says that it depends on your hatred and stuff like that, and he then says you have a lot of hatred in you, kid. For who though? And he then says don't worry about it, and he desummons him, even though he seen the dog. Well, Zenkai seems like he thinks those two, or him two, are similar. And he seems similar to the first person that summoned him. His name was Yashiko Otsutsuki. A pretty powerful Otsutsuki. Maybe even powerful enough to kill the Otsutsuki king. That's why he had so much hatred. He wanted to kill him for what he did to his family. His hatred drove him to a high amount of power. And he was able to summon Zenkai. But since he was a Otsutsuki, he really didn't care about these needs for summoning and stuff like that. So he really didn't use him. And he was never used for hundreds of thousands of billions of years. And he was pretty lonely. So yeah. But he was in his his dog room, so everybody was there. So I couldn't say he was lonely, but like nobody could summon him, so it was kind of boring. So he then told Doku that now I'm in your head, and Doku was like, wait, what? He said, since I'm the only type of my kind, I kind of am connected to you like a tailed beast. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to defeat 5 or 6 tails. Maybe if I'm lucky, maybe even a little bit. I could hold off the 8 tails, I don't know. But I know I can hold off the 5 or 6 tails. I'm not gonna hold up all the way to there, for sure. He then says, you're pretty powerful. And he said, yeah, I am. I want to be way more powerful if you people want to just... Well, sorry guys. Took me out of there so I could train more. And I'm really old, so... Yeah, I mean, you know how time moves there, bruh. The dude's probably like infinite years old, because there's no like really telling how old you get in Mount Niaboku. I don't know how like time really moves there, because one time we saw Agama Beachy like small, second time he was medium, third time dude was in the fourth Great Shinobi War. I'm like, bro, where you living, bro? Mount Niaboku, dudes, y'all live in a whole time zone. But anyway, all of that to be aside, he's got all this power now, all this strength. He's now feeling like he's ready to take on any threat, but let's be real, he's not there yet. So, by this time, you know what? I'm gonna say Boruto and his team and all that stuff that happened during Boruto, that garbage junk has happened, man. All that stuff has happened, you know. So, him and Boruto actually have a spar. Boruto then says, okay, Jonin, since you're so powerful, let's see if you can hold off again to me while I'm using this. And he uses his Karma Seal. I know, Boruto using Karma Seal, it's incredible, honestly. But, you know, he also could use his Jogun, which, you know, I just trying to make, you know, Boruto a little bit of a challenge for our boy here. He then says, I guess he could be a little bit of a challenge. It takes his stance. He then says, alright, come at me. And Boruto tries to attack him with, no Karma Seal or nothing like that activated. I was just lying when I said he showed him. So, yeah, sorry about that. So he tried to kick Doku, but it went straight through him. He said, you're too slow. And Doku was just moving so fast, it just didn't seem like he was moving. And Boruto was confused. And he said, wait, what? He then tried to charge up a Rasengan. He says, still using the ninja tools. And he then threw the Rasengan. He then said, you're so weak, but then he got hit by that vanishing Rasengan. He got sent flying. You know what I'm saying? And his father was watching this also. Once he got flown back, he then said, alright, you got it stronger. Mangekyo Sharingan. I'm just playing. He doesn't go like that on Boruto, okay? He goes into his 3-time away Sharingan. He then says, alright, you got a little stronger. Let's see if you can compete with me with this. He then charges up and says, alright, I've been saving this one. And the curse mark spreads around his body. He then says, wait, how does he have the curse mark? He then says, now, try me, Boruto. And Boruto was trying to fight Doku, but he stands no type of chance. So Boruto then says, you're pretty powerful. How about I take some of that myself? And he uses his Karma Seal. Which we know, Boruto's Karma Seal basically can suck up all your energy, so he can use it and make himself way more powerful. So, he's pretty overpowered for that. So, yeah. He then, uses Jogun also. So, yeah. He basically soaked up all of, Doku's energy. But then Doku was getting frustrated. He then said, you bastard. You can't absorb all my energy. You're too weak. He then goes into his curse mark stage 2. It says, now, feel the wrath of my Shidori. And races at, Boruto. Boruto puts his hand in front of him, and the Shidori disappears. But, of course, Boruto being stupid, he didn't think that, Doku was waiting for this. Doku appeared above him and said, still weak and clueless. He shoved the Rasengan into Boruto, and Boruto was like, how do you know the Rasengan? And he said, I probably mastered it before you. And he said, let's finish this. And Boruto says, bring it. And our boy Doku then says, Let's see if you can match against this. Big Bang Rasang attack. And he shoots the Big Bang Rasang attack. Sorry about that. He's going straight to Baruto. And Baruto absorbs the energy, but it's a lot. But he smiles at this and says, thanks for the energy. And he's moving at incredible He's moving at incredible speeds. He gets knocked up into the air and gets slammed onto the floor. And actually, our boy Doku actually spits out a little saliva. And this gets him angry. He then says, "You dare touch me." And his karma seal awakens. His karma seal is off of hatred. You can already tell that this dude Doku's power mostly gonna be off of hatred. And yeah. So his karma seal starts to go all around his whole entire body. And they're like two C shapes on each side of his eye. He then says, "What is this?" And so, wait, how? Is that the karma seal? He then says, whatever it is, I like it. And his eyes morph into our Renegon, then into our Rene Shotgun with 6 tomos, then into a red Rene Shotgun with 10 tomos, but then the eyes shift to a whitish, light bluish color. This is the Joge Renegon. I know, bro, the Joge Renegon, bro. I really just came up with that on the spot. The Joge Renegon. I don't know about that. The Joge, I don't know. The Joge Renegon. Yeah, there you go. The Joge Renegon. It sounds like I'm saying something else when I say it. Y'all can hear it. I'm saying the Joge Renegon, bro. Like, bro, the Joge Ray. Like, I can't see it, bro. The Joe Renegon. That's what we're gonna see. The Joge Renegon. That's we're just gonna keep it that Joge Renegon, bro. If y'all hear me say it like that, bro, I'm sorry. So he says the Joge Renegon, and this is this power. It's unbelievable, and let me tell you, Sasuke, well, Doku's ability with this. He also obviously has the power to absorb, attacks, and he absorbs it from his eyes instead of his hands. And well, another one is gonna be really overpowered, but well, yeah. So basically, it's like a infinite Tsukuyomi, right? But it's real. You getting infected inside the real world, you getting stabbed inside of the real world and everything. And then he has another move. Bro, he's overpowered at this point, but I don't care. His other move, this is where he gets to stop time for not an hour. Come on, bro. An hour would be too much. He gets to stop time for a good 20 minutes. No, I'll say a good 30 minutes. That'd be nice. A good 30 minutes. And now he'll get more abilities over more, But yeah, for now that's what he gets. And may I remind you, he still does have his curse mark stage 2 on, so he's about to go crazy on Baruto. So Baruto is like, how do you have but before he can even say anything, that boy Doku done disappeared. Sasuke can't even read him. He don't even know where he at. So this dude Doku appeared right in front of Baruto and just smacked him into the air. Baruto was flying at this point. He was literally about to go into the freaking space. He then got hit back to the ground, and this dude Doku started doing Ray Blast. If you know if you know what Ray Blast is, you don't play Xenoverse, then it's basically like these type of machine gun blows that Vegeta does, but he's like punching you into the ground. So yeah, it's kind of cool. So yeah, he's just punching him rapidly into the ground, and this dude Baruto like he can't take it anymore, and then he's like, "No, I thought you were the strongest, Baruto," and throws him. Baruto, that's it. I am, but then he then says Rashiki, and this Rashiki is, the Onyx Rashiki. So he is like, wait, what? But he doesn't have any time to react. But before he gets close to, Baruto, he then says, Onyx Rashiki, Ripper. And if you guys know, in my first video, I never really made him use this, but I'm making him use it now. In my first video, it was this move that was called Shidori Ripper, and it basically was like a scorpion move. So that's what he's doing right now. So he makes like a chain out of it, and he just says, all right, get over here. And he just slings this dude Baruto over here and says it's over, Baruto. And he forms Onyx Rashiki. This time, no Ripper, no nothing. And he's about to go straight for the heart. But then, before he can do anything, Sasuke jumps in and says, that's enough, Doku. You're gonna kill him. And it says, wait, what? And it says, wait, that wasn't my intention. I'm sorry. I wasn't in my right headspace. And he then said, it's okay. But this was actually Goku's hatred taking over. This is how he really thought. His hatred took over him, and he thought he could suppress it. He had so much hatred for Baruto. He felt like Baruto was taking his own father away from him. Baruto had no father to grow up with. Well, he should have to live with that. Not Doku. He's barely able to see his father when he comes in town because he goes to Baruto to train. This aggravates him and says, you know what? I don't care. He should have died. He just, wait, what? What are you talking about? You always going to Baruto like he's your son, but I'm your son. This dude Baruto doesn't even respect his own father, but you go to him? Every time you come into this village, I don't even see you that much anymore. I used to see you a lot before you met Baruto. And why? Why do you think he will be stronger than me? Stronger than anyone? Just because he's Naruto's son? Well, just what? Kakashi and Naruto think I'll both be the strongest. And I'll destroy anyone that comes in my path. Doing that, I don't care what I have to do. I really don't. I'll become the strongest shinobi. I'll become a god. I'll become a god of the god of shinobi. I'll be a sage of 6 paths. And he then says, wait, how do you... But then he then sees his eyes are changing. And his eyes start changing into the Byakugan. At this point, he's being possessed. This is not Momoshiki. No, this is not Momoshiki. This is his actual inner self. This is Doku's inner self. His inner self created his own Otsutsuki mind. Kind of like how Naruto had his little, dark side when, in Shippuden when he tried to get his KCM, from the Nine Tails and stuff like that. That's basically how it's working. He then says, now that I've taken over, It's time to have some fun. Before he can do anything, he gets knocked out by Sasuke. Yes, Goku has mixed personalities. He has another person living inside of him now. After that Karma's Hill, he felt weird. He felt like something. Well, after he took the power from him, he felt like something that was inside of him was made. And once he did that, he created another one of him. He created Oku. I'm saying Oku because Atatsuki. So it's Doku and Oku, and he's inside of him now. He's a part of him now, and Oku is also the more stronger way, but Doku will get stronger. So Doku was kind of like the Nine Tails in canon, the first Naruto when he's locked up and stuff. Basically, I know I said the Husky, Zenkai can talk to, Naruto in his head. He still can. It doesn't mean that he's inside of Naruto though. So, don't get it twisted. So, now they learned that Naruto has a thing similar to a tail beast from absorbing that power from what was shaking. They kind of get worried about Naruto, but they don't know because Naruto seems fine and he hasn't got a mixed personality. But then something happens. Naruto changes. Doku changes into Oko and destroys the whole entire village. He then finished everybody off, and everybody's dead, and that's the end of the whole entire, that's the end of the whole entire series right there. I was playing. But anyway, Doku did falls asleep. He woke up and then fell asleep in the doctor's office. He then said what happened. And he saw Boruto laying right next to him. He got up and said, "This annoying piece of crap." And he saw Sasuke sitting beside him. He then said, "What are you doing here, father?" And he said, "I'm here to, take care of my son and my student." "You got a problem with that?" And he says, "Whatever, I'm leaving." And he says, "Wait," but then smacks Sasuke's hand away and says, "Leave me alone. I'm going out for fresh air." He leaves and says, This village is just annoying. I don't know what to do." He then hears a voice in his head. He then says, "Oh, maybe we should kill them all." Would that be fun? Killing every single one of them. I can hear their screams now. "Please, don't kill me. No, not my kid. No, not my wife. Not my husband. Not my whole entire family." Oh, I can hear the screams right now. Oh, my. He then goes back to his normal self and says, "What am I saying?" He's like shifting throughout personalities right now. So if you see Doku right now, he would be like what he just said. He would just he would be going like crazy, and then he would just shift back to his normal self. And y'all, if you were looking at that, be like, "Hey, bro, are you okay?" He would be tweaking. But basically, he's shaking. He's shivering. He then says, "What's happening? What's inside of me?" And said, "There's nothing wrong with you. We're just the same. I'm just your hatred that you've been bottling up all this time. I'm all that hatred you have for Boruto. You have for everyone. I'm that hatred you have for Sakura. The hatred you have for your father. For abandoning you, never coming home. always spending his time with Boruto, except for you, which you're an average guy with with your only picture of your favorite person. You're the only person that you think will really be there for you is your sensei Kakashi. You think it's him as a father more than you do Sasuke. Huh, interesting. Well, that doesn't matter anymore. Because but then he says, get out of my body. And this is my body too. We're sharing it, whether you like it or not. We're gonna have to have turns. How about that? I get a killing session. You get your own break time. I get a killing session. You get another break time. How about what? How about that? What's wrong with you? I don't even want to kill people like that. What are you? He then says, but you do. Well, you did. All the thoughts in your head. All the malicious thoughts in your head. What if I killed everybody here? That would be a good peace and quiet. What if I killed everyone on the whole shinobi surface? That would bring true peace. It would be quiet. You can hear the birds chirping every day. Them singing. All you wanted was a happy, peaceful life. But that memory went into that power of Momoshiki, was it? The malicious power of his. It took all them happy thoughts and just made it all to where you wanted to kill everyone. And that made me, I'm that thought. I'm that person that wants to kill everyone. I'm that little dust that you threw away in your mind, thinking that you got rid of it. No, but I'm still here. I'm still here, Doku. And I am Oku. I am the Otsutsuki version of you. And Doku. Shut up! This is my body. And I won't let you take it over. Don't worry. It'll be mine soon. Alright guys, that's where we're leaving the video off. Like, come on now, bro. Y'all telling me I can't end the video off like that, bro. Did y'all just see the whole entire act I just did, bro? This dude, Oku, is a whole tweakster, bro. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, so you guys sleep well. And I love you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Another 2 Black Ops out.